Actually, I should say, welcome back
Welcome back
to Plausible Foolishness. I'm Matt. I've got opinions on stuff.
Get you a new password.
Hey, my name is Ray, and I'm playing some computer thing as we're doing this because I'm trying to simulcast. But I have opinions on things as well, baby.
Hooray!
We're back, bro.
We're back.
How you feel, man?
Week off because this guy was in Ohio.
Oh, dude, I was in Ohio freezing to death, and that's probably why I'm sick. So
how do I feel? I felt abandoned.
Abandoned?
That's how I felt.
Like sad?
Very sad. Deeply.
Did you miss me?
I was depressed. Yes.
How much did you miss me?
I missed you
a little bit.
Yeah, no, it was a great big deal.
You missed me a lot of it. I like it, man. No, that's good stuff, dude. Bro, I went to Ohio. Got to see family. It was great. It was refreshing. I needed it. But by the nasally voice that you can hear right now, I'm clearly still sick, so it's all good. And then my mom said that she had influenza, so I was like, oh, great. So it probably means I have the real flu. And, not the fake
and
flu.
here I am. Hey!
We're going to get sick together, man. So I told him we can't make out tonight, so it's all right, man.
Yes,
no making out.
Very sad.
You can't make me laugh on this show because, at the end of the day, it just...
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
But anyway,
Nobody does Alex Jones. Nobody does.
What?
I said nobody does Alex Jones. Nobody does.
Nobody does Alex Jones. I do Alex Jones, man. I like Alex Jones. I like the wildness and craziness, man. But Plausible Foolishness...
No, I'm saying nobody likes them putting water in, putting chemicals in the water.
Nobody likes putting the frogs. Yeah.
Nobody likes that.
But hey, man, we had a 2-week hiatus, man. Sorry, I had to go to Ohio for a little bit, but I needed to revamp, recharge. I went to the Arnold Classic up in Ohio, which was awesome. Absolutely amazing, phenomenal. It was great. It is really cool to meet people for real in real life, not just an Instagram, social media life, and actually connect with people, which is great. And finding out that they're as cool as they are online is always good. And I learned a lot. I took a lot of notes. I'm coming back, and I'm going to be a stronger beast, and I'm going to bench 600 pounds eventually. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to not suck and be the best I can be, man. But it was great. My girls got to see a lot of my family up in Ohio. I ate a copious amount of pizza. That's why I'm wearing a hoodie today, to cover my sin, cover my shame.
And it's kind of cold here.
It is cold, man.
In Orlando.
Bro, it snowed a lot up in Ohio, so I brought the snow down with me. So it is what it is, but that's what we did, man. But we're back, man. We're back in the saddle, baby.
Yes, we are.
You ready to go?
I am.
Dude, so make sure, here's the deal. The biggest way you can support us is where you're doing it right now, which is YouTube. That is where we're going to get the most bang for our buck, because we're trying to take over the world as quickly as possible. We're trying to take over the world like these lefty socialists are trying to take over America. And, well, not like them, but we're trying to take over. We're just trying to take over.
We want you to willingly participate in us taking over, as opposed to
the socialists
us forcing it down.
We're not trying to Green New Deal you. We're just trying to real New Deal you. So we're excited.
The real New Deal.
The new real deal. The new real deal. The real deal, baby. But anyways, make sure you follow us on
Forget
YouTube.
That new Green Deal. Get the new real deal.
But make sure you like and subscribe to us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the places that you can follow us. YouTube's the most bang for your buck. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. That helps us out a lot. And if you really, really like us, which our Patreons do, and we are so grateful for you guys to keep the lights on, to keep us doing what we've got to do. We appreciate you. Because at the end of the day, this is what's going to help us propel to, once we end up on CRTV or The Blaze or, all these places. Because Glenn knows, Crowder knows. We're coming. We're coming for you. And that's what it is, man. Because eventually they're going to Alex Jones all these platforms, and we'll be the only ones left. So you have to come get it from us, man. But
of course, we won't be on YouTube then, but...
That's true. We'll figure out another platform.
Help us get it big enough to get kicked off YouTube.
Yes. We got our first real strike on Instagram, which I was pretty proud of. We got our first real strike. We're pissing off the globalist machine. We're pissing them off. It's a lot of fun. But, dude, let's get into it today, man. You excited? This is our first show back. This is like the deal, man. This is what we're ready to rock. I mean, a couple weeks ago we had our 1-year anniversary, man. 1-year anniversary.
Yeah. Episode 52.
And what episode is this?
53.
This is season 2.
Technically,
this is technically season 2.
If we want our seasons to be yearly things, then yes, it's season 2.
This is season 2, episode 1. So we got to hit it out the park. So we're going to make it really super simple for you. And we're going to start with a fun topic. Before this guy came over here today, I was watching an old school show, man. Old school. A little bit old school. Now, don't judge me for watching the show, okay? Because I'm a manly man. I like manly movies, okay? My favorite movie of all time is, Predator. I like The Predator. It's awesome. One of my favorite all time is Matrix, then Fight Club, but Predator. But I like manly stuff, okay? Mm-hmm. Manly movies with jacked dudes. That's why I went to the Arnold Classic. But I was watching 16 Candles before he came over today. 16 Candles, which...
Lots of jacked dudes in that.
There's some not at all. There's a lot of TNA. There's a lot of boobies, which I didn't realize and didn't mean for that to happen. I was watching it with my my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, and my wife. So obviously that was awkward. It was more awkward than when I watched Titanic with my parents in the theater back in the day. You remember that?
I never saw Titanic with my parents in the theater.
Dude,
I never watched it in the theater.
Dude, I was sandwiched between my mom and my dad, and I had to watch the scene where the fingers are on the glass.
Yes, and Jack, paint me like one of your French girls.
Oh, dude, yeah. And I'm just like sitting there, and as a boy, I was enjoying it, but I was like, this is awkward, because my parents are here, and this is terrible.
What happened with me? The movie was Doc Hollywood, and it was with my granny.
Oh, with your grandma?
Yeah.
That's even worse.
But she was like, I was like, I had no idea, and she's like, it's not like I haven't seen him before.
Mine are down by my knees. No, but yeah, it was great.
My granny was awesome.
Sounds like a fun granny, but yeah. So I'm watching 16 Candles, and I'm watching this, and I'm watching the comedy, and it's a funny movie. The very beginning of the movie, super funny. If you haven't seen the unedited version, I was watching the unedited version. I've always watched it like on like TBS and stuff, where it's like altered and edited, so it's not too offensive and whatever. But yeah, man, like, the language that they use in that show, which is absolutely hilarious, would be absolutely demonized nowadays. If that was put on the screen nowadays, people would lose their mind. And not because, like, morally it's whatever, but the reality is it would not fit into the social justice machine. You couldn't make funny jokes about people of races. Can't do that. Ugh. You couldn't make fun of Asian people or white people. Well, you can make fun of white people. Never mind. That's still okay.
On the table.
It's always okay. But you can't make fun of other races. You can't do that. Not in a way of like, oh, we're going to categorize and stereotype everybody, but you can't make hilarious jokes like Duck Dung Dim, who's in 16 Candles. Long Duck Dong. Yeah. Long Dick Dong. What is it?
Long Duck Dong.
Long Duck Dong. Sorry, apologize. So this is it's already getting X-rated. We're already demonetized on whatever. But but no, like, it's hilarious. The guy's funny, and he's got the classic line of the movie, automobile, and it's so funny. Couldn't do that now because that's gonna make people mad. I'm reading an article the other day. They reviewed Revenge of the Nerds. You ever seen the movie Revenge of the Nerds? Mm-hmm. Anybody who's seen that movie thinks it's absolutely hilarious. Mm-hmm. It's hilarious. Mm-hmm. Or the Kai house or something like that. It was whatever, but it's so funny.
It's Kappa Kappa Kappa.
Kappa Kappa Kappa. And through the charter.
Moo.
Yeah.
The
Omega
awkward,
Moo.
Or no, yeah, you're right. It was Omega Moo.
Omega Moo. But it was funny in the charter. None of the people would take them as a fraternity except for the black sorority, you know what I mean? Which couldn't talk about that nowadays.
Yeah. Well, and on top of that, you got the gay one.
Oh, the effeminate black guy in the show.
The effeminate black guy
with the
javelin.
The bouncing javelin,
yes.
which is the limp wrist.
Yeah, to support his wrist technique. All right, and then
can't do that.
And then the main character, Skolnick, disguises himself
as Darth Vader,
and pretends to be a girl's boyfriend to have sex with her. Then ends up doing a better job than the boyfriend, and she leaves her boyfriend.
And she enjoys it.
But there was no, that was not consensual.
Yeah, that's that's a rape scene now.
That's pretty much a rape scene now.
Which, keep in mind, these are all comedies.
Yeah,
they're not real. Mm-hmm. They're funny because it would never happen in real life.
Exactly.
At some point, you'd realize the dude with the Darth Vader mask is probably not your boyfriend, especially if he doesn't have any muscles at all.
Yeah,
you would know this, but the point of the comedy is you're taking things that could happen in a real way that would never really happen, and finding humor in it. That's the funny thing. And we were just talking about it before the show. We're like, dude, what other things have the Wizards taken away from us because we can't watch? And one of our favorite directors is Mel Brooks. We love freaking Mel Brooks. And I didn't say Mel Gibson, so don't freak out or get triggered. I know
Mel Gibson is actually a really great director, too.
Dude, I watched Patriot over the weekend. I literally sat and watched Patriot. This is off topic, but I watched Patriot. I DVR recorded it when I was at my mom's house. Stayed up till 3 a.m. watching it. That is such a freaking good movie. Yeah. It gets me so jacked up to be an American. It's whatever. And even though none of the actors are actually Americans, it's like Heath Ledger and Mel Gibson, and they're like all Australians. But it fired me up as an American. I was like, USA, baby. But I can't touch Mel Gibson anymore because, he's a crazy bad guy. But anyways, Mel Brooks. Some of the funniest freaking movies out there, okay? We got to save Blazing Saddles for the last, but that's my favorite of his 3. But Spaceballs. You could really... Well, you can. Well, according to the DNC, the Democratic Party, you could make fun of Jewish people, and that's not. It's okay because they're anti-Semitic now. Check your references, Senator Omar.
He's Jewish, so but he kind of has a pass.
The whole movie,
of course, that's all internalized racism that he's just spouting out.
But yeah, could you make that movie nowadays?
No.
Could a Jew go and make that movie?
No,
even though it's not, so. It's tongue-in-cheek funny. It's not categorizing an entire people. It's just funny stuff. And you couldn't make that movie nowadays. There's no way.
Interesting factoid. Mel Brooks was allergic to the makeup that they used.
Oh, really?
When he was dressed up as yogurt.
Are you serious, man?
Yeah, he was very allergic to it, and so it made him break out. But, it just made him itch all over and stuff. But he powered through it and made it happen.
That's what Mel Brooks does, man.
Yogurt must live.
Yogurt. The Schwartz was with you. But yeah, that whole movie is hilarious. There's funny innuendos. It's a funny movie. It's hilarious. But probably couldn't get made nowadays. History of the World Part 1, which is absolutely hilarious. One of the funniest songs in a movie, The Inquisition. Mm-hmm. The Inquisition! Like, they're making fun of the Catholic Church and what they were doing in the Inquisition, the Spanish Inquisition. Mm. Couldn't make that nowadays. Because feelings. For situation that nobody lived through.
There's a marginalized people, blah, blah, blah.
Marginalized people that have been dead for thousands of years. But yeah, that's what we're getting pissed about. You know what I mean? You can't watch these movies nowadays. And the pinnacle, I think the funniest movie ever did was Blazing Saddles. Which to this day, I remember we used to have slumber parties. That was the movie that all me and my friends were to watch. Now, everybody's going to think I'm a racist, but I'm half black, so I get a pass, whatever. But
I'm the racist.
No, you're not. Because it is really funny.
I wonder if Instagram knew that that you were black when they docked you.
I don't know. I should have said that.
Yeah.
I should be like, you're attacking a person of color.
Yeah.
That's funny. Should I have done that? I should go back on Instagram right now.
Should we use their own weapons against them?
We should.
I don't know. I kind of feel like, yeah.
We should. I
don't know. But then at the same time, I'm like, or should we have integrity? Yeah. It's a tough call.
It's okay.
It's a tough call.
It's a tough call.
Anyway, Blazing Saddles is awesome.
But yeah, Blazing Saddles
is fantastic. It is. It's all racist jokes.
Yes.
It's all race. It's all
the whole movie.
A race joke.
The whole movie.
And it's phenomenal. And nobody should be offended by it.
No.
Not a single freaking person should be offended by it because it's just funny.
But here's the thing. Take the racist moniker. It's just a funny freaking movie.
It's a funny movie about race.
About race. And it's funny.
It's funny. And it unites people.
The funny thing is nobody walks away demeaned by that movie.
No.
No one does.
No
one. And here's the funny thing is, even in black comedy right now, this happens all the time in black comedy. You have Chris Rock will go up, make fun of his own people, and then make fun of white people. And it's just funny. Nobody walks away and degrading and says, man, Chris Rock, you're such a racist, because he's a black guy. Now, if a white guy did the same thing, he's a racist. But here's the thing. Mel Brooks is a Jew, so he kind of gets, I think he got a pass a little bit on this, which is great.
Sure, yeah.
But he makes fun of everybody. He makes fun of the bubbling country white people. Mm-hmm. He makes fun of the absurdity of, back in the Western days, a black sheriff being the sheriff of a town. Mm-hmm. Hilarious. Hilarity. He makes fun of the Chinese workers that were used to build the railroad system throughout the Western. Hilarious. Mm-hmm. Picks a little bit of fun at Native Americans. Funny. Makes fun of big, strong guys like Mungo. That was my nickname at UCLA, by the way, which is ironic that I'm wearing that this day. My strength coach, the head strength coach, Michael Lynn, would be like, call me Mungo, like Mungo. And I was okay with it because I loved the movie. You know what I mean? It pokes fun at everybody, man. Like, all these movies poke fun.
Here's another one. Ace Ventura.
Yep.
Ace Ventura, the end scene.
Oh, yeah.
Where everybody's finding out that Ray Finkel is Lois Einhorn.
Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel's Einhorn.
Einhorn is a man. And then you cut to him sobbing in the shower to the sound of the crying game. And then
he's curled up in the shower.
Like, he's got the plunger and he's trying to plunge out his mouth.
Which is funny.
He gets in his car and he's got a wad of gum so thick that he can barely chew it.
Yeah,
and then everybody on the police force and Dan Marino find out that Lois Einhorn is Ray Finkel, and then they all start throwing up.
It's because Einhorn makes out with her.
Basically, you find out that they've all made out with her.
Yeah,
that's gone. That we'll never enjoy that again.
That's so transphobic. It's transphobic, man. No, it would be the same way if you kiss somebody that you didn't want to kiss. Sorry, it just is what it is. I don't know if you never experienced that, have you?
No, I've only kissed one woman.
Amen. Hey, listen, more power to you, brother. I'll give you a high five for that. But there are times you kiss people you don't want to kiss, and it's disgusting. That is funny. In all of Mel Brooks' movies, he pokes fun at, dare I say, homosexuals. The very last scene. Get him, boys! Like, that was hilarious. Not because he was degrading gay people. He was just pointing out a reality. In Hollywood, there's a lot of gays. Shocker! And it's not degrading gay people. It's not saying that gay people are bad. The wizardry. I have to use the wizardry, right? So I don't offend people. But it's just pointing out funny things that we know that are true in reality. Doesn't mean that every gay person's like that. Doesn't mean that you're marginalizing people. That doesn't mean that people are bad. It's just a funny thing. It's hilarious. I poke fun of him about being a quarter Jew anyways, man. It's hilarious.
I'm not even a quarter.
I know. Right?
But that's, we can't...
It's
humor. We can't have fun with our differences anymore.
No.
Our differences have to be elevated to the status where they must be celebrated at all times, and there can be nothing negative about them.
Well, they have to be... It's intersectionality. It is. We have we have to be categorized by what we are, intersectionally. That determines what we are, and if we speak any humor about it, God forbid...
You're being... oppressed.
Yeah, you're being
oppressed. It's really just a system of oppression meant to keep you down.
Yes.
And it's like, no, it's just a system of comedy meant to make you laugh.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
And...
yeah, so our world's changing. So.
and I understand what they're saying. Like, okay, let's take the Ace Ventura thing. The joke is that it's gross for men to kiss another man.
Yep.
Men that don't want to kiss men to kiss another man.
God forbid.
But they're trying to... But that's just truth. It is gross. Especially if you don't want to kiss another man.
Most dudes don't want to kiss dudes. As sexy as your beard is, I don't want to...
And that's... we're just not going to buy into the lie that men can just be women and women can just be men. I'm sorry.
What?
We're just not going to buy into
fluidity and science. Oh, wait. Science, it doesn't support biology. But that's our point. What's the last comedy that you went to the movie theater and thought, man, this is hilarious, and it was genuinely just absolutely hilarious? Go.
Gosh. I can't remember the last comedy I went to a theater for, so...
You know the last time I just absolutely lost my mind in a theater for a comedy? Was A Hangover. That was the last time I was like, this is absolutely hilarious. It's a funny movie. It's really funny. There was a white Doug and a black Doug. The little Asian guy was hilarious because he was talking like a little Asian guy. Crazy.
Ken Jeong.
Yeah, it was funny. Really freaking funny. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And there was some edgy humor in there.
I remember Ken Jeong on Community.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You can't do that anymore.
Can't do it.
That was only, how many years ago was that? That was nothing. That was
8 years.
A blip ago.
Yep. What's
so
the last
ridiculous.
funny movie? What's the last funny one? And here's the thing. Where we were gone, I know that our Plausible Rubes, I know that you guys watch tons of movies. I know you watch tons of them, right? And I know that you watch the Oscars. You're faithful watchers of the Oscars.
I love the Oscars.
Did you get a chance to watch the Oscars this year?
I don't care.
Oh, that's right. That's because most people don't watch the Oscars. Nobody watches it. Do you know what the winning movie was?
Best Picture was the Green Book, right?
Yeah. What was that about?
It's about a gay black dude in the in the civil rights era who goes on a road trip to play music with his manager, and I guess his manager comes around to...
Was it a blockbuster?
They become friends, essentially.
Was it a blockbuster?
No.
Did anybody outside of LA watch that movie?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Weird.
Probably not.
Probably not. Just like the year before. What was the one before? Humping Nemo?
Oh, that was, yeah.
Humping Nemo.
Grinding Nemo was it.
And then the year before, it was about a...
The Shape of Water was what it was called.
Okay.
And then the year before was Moonlight, so
which was
again about gay black dudes.
Oh. So if you want to win an Oscar, you got to have a black gay guy in it.
Yeah, or have a deaf woman make love to a creature.
Time out. Then why wouldn't Revenge of the Nerds win an Oscar? It has a black gay guy in it.
There you go.
I think we should appeal that.
Yeah.
I mean, what the heck?
Yeah.
Limper's I mean, but this is the madness that we're in now.
They came to support him. Okay.
Time out on the field. I do remember of the recently Tropic Thunder. Did you watch Tropic Thunder?
That was a while ago.
Was that later than Hangover? I gotta look that up, man.
I don't think so. I think it was before The Hangover.
But that one got heat because Robert Downey Jr. played a Australian guy who was doing blackface of a black guy and being absolutely ridiculous with it, which is hilarious. Mm-hmm. And it was pointed out in the movie that he was being a character actor, which is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. That's the maddening thing about this. It's like some of the
method actor, so he was like 100% all the time in character. Like there was no, there's no cut, and then he goes back to being whoever.
Yes.
It was, I'm this dude until this movie's over.
I'm the dude playing a dude played by another dude. Like that. And that's hilarious. All of these funny movies that we used to watch, that we used to think are hilarious, guess what? They have a racial tinge to it, and it's dying. When's the last actual funny movie you went out and saw? Think about it. You have to go to 16 Candles for funny.
I can't think of a recent comedy that I actually cared about seeing.
Because guess what? The only thing that's safe nowadays is superhero movies. That's it. That is the only thing that's safe. That's the only thing that's safe enough.
They're trying to
intersectionality,
jam stuff down our throat.
Yeah, the whole time.
I mean, just look at Captain Marvel.
Oh man, I can't wait to watch that one. Oh wait,
I do want to watch it because I like the Skrulls. That's an interesting storyline.
Yeah.
But Carol Danvers, who was Miss Marvel, and I think far more interesting when she was Miss Marvel.
Okay.
Became Captain Marvel. Why?
Well, we got to get rid of the gender part.
It was because they needed a female character. They felt like the fact that Wonder Woman existed and had a title all to her own.
Yeah.
And was huge. Is wildly popular.
Yeah.
They thought that was a problem that they needed to remedy, and so they forced Captain Marvel down our throats.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
and it's not like they haven't had female characters that have their own title. You know? There's She-Hulk.
Yep.
There's
Storm was the number one character besides,
but she's part of an ensemble. That was the problem.
Yeah, but she's more popular. She's just as popular. It's Wolverine than Storm. Who?
Yeah, very much so.
Sorry. Oh, and she's black too.
Yeah, and she's black.
Wonder Woman.
But Marvel's been doing this all over the place, So you got you got Tony Stark, but he's a billionaire white guy, so they need to get black girl from the projects, Riri Williams, to develop her own suit.
Yeah.
And now she's Iron Heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God, genius!
So smart.
That's exactly the character I want to see.
I can't wait to see it. Spider-Gwen. Can't wait to see Spider-Gwen, man.
Spider-Gwen is interesting though. The guy who created her is a total douchebag, and I don't like him at all. But it's an alternate universe
where Gwen
got bit and Peter died.
Okay,
that's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
it's just,
here's my problem with Spider-Man. I'm sorry.
Well, you're the only person who has ever said that.
Listen, Spider-Man, the 90s comic, the 90s cartoon, I love that on Fox. Mm-hmm. Spider-Man, I love that. Me and my daughter watch it. But here's my point. Last couple of great movies that have come out always have a tie to superhero themes. I mean, just watch Glass. It was a great movie. Unbelievable. But guess what? Superhero theme. And it's safe. What was the Marvel's Avengers? The
Infinity
Gauntlet. Awesome, great movie. I liked Venom. Have you seen Venom yet?
No.
I liked Venom, the superhero. But when's the last movie that was not superhero themed was actually good? I mean, let's get real with ourselves. And I'm not talking about the LA people that love everything because you have to, because you guys are, sex slaves to, whoever who's the kingpin over there. They got rid of the one guy.
They got rid of Weinstein.
So whoever your new god is or whatever, whoever you're having sex with all the time. We're talking about real people, real Americans. We live in Orlando, so what's the last great movie you've seen, man? That's not superhero themed.
Well, The Last Jedi was amazing.
No. I even liked the movie kind of, but still, whatever. It wasn't even that good.
Some enjoyment out of it, but it had big problems.
Incredibles 2, remember that one?
Superhero movie.
Well, weird.
But
noticing
movie.
a theme? A great movie.
Movie.
But that's what I'm saying. They're great movies, but they're all in the safety of a superhero movie. You can't do dude. I don't even know, man. Could you do a Matrix nowadays? Who knows, man? That's an original story that wasn't based on something else. It was an original story.
What's his face?
Fight Club was off of a book, so I can't give that complete credit. You know what I mean?
Who directed the Dark Knight trilogy?
Nolan, Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah,
he's the only one really doing Christopher Nolan and what's his face?
Inception. Oh, weird.
Well, yeah, that's
Inception.
Christopher Nolan, great movie.
But that's the last original movie I've seen.
Did you see his other one that came after that?
Which one?
The one where they go through the event horizon of a black hole.
Oh, Interstellar.
Yeah, Interstellar.
That was good.
Yeah, it was good.
It's good.
It wasn't as good as Inception, but it was good.
But it was good.
It was good original.
It was original.
Who else does what's his face? Tarantino does original films.
Yeah, but it's smut and violence, and there's a lot of racism in it on purpose. Django Unchained had the N-word how many times? It was a record or whatever.
I love Django Unchained.
Django's a great movie.
It's a fantastic movie. But I mean, it was about that. But I mean, yeah, it was about.
But here's my point. What's the last funny freaking movie that made you die laughing?
Comedies. I'd say The Other Guys.
Yeah.
With Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg.
Yep.
Well, my wife and I recently watched Daddy's Home 2.
I heard that sucked.
Weak sauce.
I heard it sucked.
It was not funny.
Was it as bad as the first one? I like that John Cena showed up in the first one. That was kind of funny.
John Cena shows up in the second one too. Yeah.
But I mean,
there was funny parts, but it was overall just weak. And then this and they're doing this co-parenting thing, and it's just beta male bullcrap.
Propaganda.
And
propaganda.
Yeah, it's just nonsense.
Because they have to elevate the things that they want. They don't want families together. They want broken homes. Now they want you not to have kids. That's the new thing. They got people in London. They have women in London that are so scared of climate change. This is for real. Look it up. That won't have kids because of climate change. AOC's actually Ocasio-Cortez. She's asking people. She's like, maybe we should consider having kids now, which is hilarious because that's a globalist agenda, which is hilarious because crazy Alex Jones. But anyways, they're literally making it obvious what they're trying to do now. But
there's a new show on NBC called Single Parents, and so it's about single parents now. That's what our sitcom is now.
Yeah,
that's what our sitcoms are.
Well, it's because it is getting to those numbers,
and they're just normal parents, and it's not too hard, but it's normal hard.
Sure,
because it's it's no, being a single parent is
incredibly hard,
awful. In terms of difficulty, because you're all by yourself. It's not the way it was intended to be.
No, it's weird. But this is a society. And think about what's the last good comedy. The Other Guys has a good one. Pretty good. Get It, Don't Play. You know what I mean? That was funny. Legitimately funny.
Yeah, everything about... Yeah, it was... That movie made me laugh out loud.
Tropic Thunder, Anchorman. Let's see, what else? But let's think about it. How many... There used to be comedy after comedy after comedy after comedy. Now it's not. You just don't have those epic level comedies because we can't have fun anymore. You can't laugh. You can't be edgy whatsoever. And their brand of comedy now is late night TV, which you're not watching right now because you're clearly watching us here on Plausible Foolishness. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. But let's get real. Is Jimmy Fallon fun anymore? Man, I miss the days when he would break character on SNL, and it was hilarious watching him.
I think he's the only one that's still funny. Well, him and Conan do funny stuff.
Yeah, but the problem is Coco is so in the tank right now. It's ridiculous, man.
What do you mean?
He is so in the liberal tank with a lot of things. It drives me insane. Yes,
like,
bro.
I don't hear him talk about anything.
Bro, he is a Trump basher. Like, now, here's the deal. I'm not defending. I'm not on the Trump train stuff.
They always, made fun of whatever was going on in the news.
They did. I get it, but do you remember any of them going after? Who's the only late night comedian that actually went after Obama? Only one. Jay Leno. Shocker. Not on the show anymore. Jay Leno went after Obama like it was no tomorrow, and shocker, he doesn't have a show anymore. You know what I mean? Remember when he got cut from NBC, and then they tried to bring Coco in, and they were like, oh crap, all the ratings went to crap. We got to bring back Jay Leno and stuff like that. Like, my point is this, is like, and again,
but I mean, Conan got screwed.
He did.
In that deal,
he did.
So that's why he went to TBS.
He did. And I used to be Team Coco, but he's been very, anyways.
I just haven't seen, I haven't seen it. So, I mean,
I'll show you some stuff afterwards, bro.
I don't want to see some stuff.
I want to ruin. I'm gonna pop your little fantasy bubble that Coco.
Whatever.
It's just because dude, listen, he's a tall white guy. Is that what it is? It's intersectionality.
No, I just think he's.
Marking off the boxes.
I've always thought he was funny.
No, Coco's funny. He does the whole.
Yeah.
It's rare.
That's
funny.
I've always thought he was funny, and I think Jimmy Fallon kind of. I've always considered them both to like kind of ride the line. Like, obviously they're liberals,
sure,
but they're not trying to like. They're not doing what Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel do.
No, it's so
at all.
This is not even funny. But have you seen?
And it's like I just want to come out here and tell jokes, but I gotta force my opinions down your throat.
No, you gotta do what the propagandists, the globalists tell you. But here's the deal. Remember when Owen Benjamin? Did you ever see Owen Benjamin do Jimmy Fallon? That's great, right? Oh my gosh, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. Like they're caricatures of themselves. You know what I mean? But anyways, I want the funny to come back. You know what I mean? Just like Plausible Foolishness came back after 2 weeks. I just want the funny to come back. I want people to laugh again. Mm-hmm. I want us to not get upset about things. I want us to say Kim Duck Dung and laugh about it. I want to laugh about a black sheriff in the Western Times. I want to laugh about the Schwartz. I want to laugh about this stuff again, because at the end of the day, man, there's no, like we talked about this a million times on the show, there's no race riots out there. It's BS. As the years progress, guess what? Our kids are going to get lighter skinned. Guess what? They're going to come to the middle. All these interracial babies are going to happen. People like me are going to happen. It's going to happen, man. It's just slowly happening, bro. We're all going to be intersectional anyways. And when we're all light skinned, light brown, what are they going to say then? What's going to happen then at that point? And my point is this. Let's just have fun with it, man. They're funny things about Latin culture. It's hilarious. I watched it with Eddie Guerrero back in the day with good old wrestling, man. Lie, cheat, steal. So funny. Viva la raza. It was hilarious, man. There are funny things about that, man. There's funny things in every single culture. And the funny thing is we're missing out on that now, and we're losing that part of the culture because we're so sensitive about things. We're so sensitive about hurting people's feelings. And the only thing that we can do to express ourselves nowadays is in the box of superheroes. Well, guess what? And I'm a comic book fan. I am a anime fan. I am a Star Wars fan. Listen, I may look not nerdy, but I'm very nerdy, okay? In my core, deep down inside. Under the fat tissue and muscle. There's a nerd inside there, okay? I love this kind of stuff. But I'm over it, man. Why can't I just have a funny comedy again? Mm-hmm. Why can't I go into and watch The Hangover and absolutely cry laughing so hard that my abs hurt from laughing?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't I do that anymore?
Or why can't you see the classic struggle between good and evil without some kind of
nuance,
nonsense message?
Yeah, man.
Forced down your throat.
Black Panther. I mean, why can't
Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Last Jedi?
Yeah.
I mean,
why can't I just see good and evil?
That whole, because we said it before, that whole casino scene, the monolithic evil of rich people at this casino planet.
Of course.
So ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Just utter nonsense.
Well, there's a casino scene with all the bad guys in, what's the other one? Black Panther. There was a scene of that too, right? Remember? With that guy with the arm? Mm-hmm. If you go to casinos, you're evil, though, right?
I guess.
You're all evil people.
I guess.
I've been to casinos, though. Am I evil?
Well, you're gambling, and the Bible prohibits that.
No, it's not gay. It's an investment, bro. It's an investment. But yeah, so but yeah, I mean, I just want to laugh again, man. I just want to have fun again, and I want to do what I'm doing right now again with my man. Like, this is season 2, baby. This is episode 1 of season 2. This is episode 53. We are back in the saddle again in Plausible Foolishness. We're having some fun. We're so cold right now in Florida. We're wearing hoodies and jackets and stuff like that. I just want to have fun, man.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do again.
Too. I want to enjoy...
I don't want to have to go back to the 80s.
Good stories, not, good preaching.
I was talking to my mom about that.
In my movies,
Yeah, I was talking to my mom about that.
Especially preaching the evils of intersectionality and socialism and all that crap. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I was talking to my mom about this. I was like, man, I wish I would have grown up. Like, I was born in the 80s. I wish I would have experienced the 80s. Because it was like, I felt like, like racial tensions were getting better in the 80s. You know what I mean? Like, Mr. T was put on a platform. There was a boom in the love of the African American community with Michael Jackson, and just everything was elevated at that time, and I felt like there was more togetherness, you know what I mean, in America, and we could have fun and have good music and have good times and blah blah blah. And then in the 90s, we all got depressed and wanted to kill each other, like Kurt Cobain and stuff like that. And I thought the 2000s would be cool. Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake would take us to the next level, whatever. And Eminem, we had a white rapper that was really good for a while until he went completely nuts. But now it's like, I don't know.
Happened.
Huh? Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about this the other day, and
I hate to admit that, but that's so true. Obama made us more polarized as a nation, racially.
100%. The nation came together to elect the first black president, and all he did was separate us racially.
Yep. It sucks.
It's terrible.
It sucks, but it's true.
So, I was thinking about this, and I was like, I was thinking about parallels between now and the times of King David in the Bible.
Okay.
So you've got Saul chosen because he looked kingly.
Yeah.
He was the tallest. He was like head and shoulders above everybody else.
True.
Strong. He was handsome.
Like you, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Big and strapping.
Yeah. And then you've got David, doesn't look kingly.
No.
And then he dances naked in honor of the Lord, and his wife is like berating him for...
Time out. That got him 8 wives. And God promised he would get more than one. No, I'm just kidding. Look it up, it's in the Bible.
But she's his first wife, who happened to be the daughter of King Saul.
Yep.
Is looking at him like, you're pathetic. This is not conduct becoming of a king.
Yeah.
And then I look at President Obama.
Oh, you're pathetic. Not conduct of a king.
No. President Obama chosen because
he looked
look
like
at him.
President.
He's so dapper.
Ooh,
and
so
he
cool.
spoke so well.
He's so cool.
And yet the nation
sucked under him. What?
Yeah, sucked
just
under
honestly,
him.
Numbers. Prove
plummets into racial division all over the place. And then you've got Trump, who, now hear me, I'm not saying is a man after God's own heart.
Not even close.
But not presidential.
What? Trump's not presidential?
No. His dancing naked in the streets is his Twitter account.
Stormy Daniels?
Well, yeah. His Twitter account, Yeah. And yet, the nation prospers, but
the leader's not.
The only difference is that the people, well, at least the people in charge of what we see.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
can't stand him and constantly flood the airwaves with with what seems like the country feels the same way when in actuality
I'm sure they did that to David though too. I mean, let's get real with ourselves, man. Like,
yeah, I'm sure eventually, yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, like, every leader, like, that's the thing. It's like, if you're actually leading, then like, here's the benchmark for success. When you start getting that many haters, guess what? You're doing something. I hate to use a Malcolm X quote, but the brother did say some smart things. He actually ripped liberals too. Look that up. Malcolm X was not a fan of Democrats at all, or liberals.
No, because Democrats were Democrats are responsible for everything bad that's happened to black people.
And the best part about it is all the reasons he uses, and even Muhammad Ali said the same stuff. All the reasons they cite are the same stuff they're doing now, which is hilarious. But moving on, the problem is we love ineffectiveness. I think we talked about this on the show, but we love ineffectiveness. We embrace people who talk a huge game and do nothing. And that's been our political system for a long time, and that's what's been accepted. We love the good-looking president that does absolutely nothing right. We're about that life. We hate the ugly one that actually does things. We hate that. We hate the brash and pissed off and the not refined, and you know what I mean? It's like, even on the right, I mean, shoot, Ben Shapiro still has a hard time giving Trump credit. He does. And Larry Elder, in his interview a couple weeks ago, called him out on that. It's like, he's not perfect, but he's doing a really good job as a leader. I think Larry Elder scored him an A- for his presidency so far. He scored him an A-. The only reason it's not an A+ is because it's not polished and refined. But guess what? A polished and refined guy never gets the stuff done. He never gets the job done. At the end of the day, our country needed a worker. We needed a guy who could get in the dirt and play and do the mud. And we don't need a hierarchy king like Obama was, who looked really good.
Here's another comparison. Saul was a coward who ran to the witch of Endor to figure out, instead of to God, to figure out whether or not he could, survive or something like that.
Yeah.
And then David was a warrior who went to battle on multiple occasions. Now, he ended up killing the guy to sleep with his wife, but... Yeah.
We all can't be perfect. Stormy Daniels.
Yeah, exactly. But again,
third
not
marriage.
a man after God's own heart.
What's Trump's on his third marriage? Is that what it is?
Something like that.
Third marriage. I mean, a million kids by three. I mean,
I'm not truly comparing. I'm comparing like elements,
Sure.
not I'm not saying that Trump is the next King David.
No.
That would be ridiculous.
He's the next Ronald Reagan, though.
But this is like the cycle of history.
Yeah. No, he's the modern Ronald Reagan, and guess what? He's going to kick some ass. Pardon my French, under Plausible Foolishness, but I'm sick and don't care. He's going to kick some ass. It's in the Bible. Look it up. Piss is in the Bible, too, the King James Version. But it is, First Kings. But I'm sorry. Sorry. I know too much of the Bible. He's going to come in. He's Ronald Reagan. He's going to kick butt for 2 terms. People are going to hate him the whole time. They're going to love him afterwards because of the prosperity he's going to bring. His successor, whoever Trump puts the success on, is going to take over. We're going to have a Republican president for the next 12 years. I'm convinced of it because Obama was so bad. But then we're going to find somebody that's kind of centrist that's going to show up, and he's going to knock that person off a pedestal, like good old Bill Clinton, okay? Mm-hmm. And then we're going to have 8 years of that. And then we're going to have whoever the globalists decide to pick, like George Bush, to run for 8 years. Then we'll cycle to a socialist, and we'll have a socialist for 8 years. Like, it's not going to happen, I don't think, in our lifetime, but, like, by the time, I would say, this is my sick and sad prediction, I would say we got 4 more years of Trump, 4 years of a successor. We're going to have 8 years of a centrist. So that's 16 years. Okay, we got 16 years of okay. Then we're going to have a hardcore righty. This is going to happen. Something's going to happen for another 8 years. That puts us at 24 years. And then we're going to have our real first socialist president. It's going to happen. It will happen. Because here's the thing, and I don't want to... You don't think so?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't want it to happen, but like when we're in our 50s and we're voting age...
Here's the thing, though.
We're going to have Bernie bros voting with us.
This generation coming up is supposed to... I mean, by all statistics, is the most conservative generation
yes.
That we've seen. So, I mean, that you might be wrong.
It might be. I hope I'm wrong. I pray that I'm wrong. Pray that I'm wrong.
Yeah. What I hope is that the Republican Party, or let's say, let me put it this way, true conservatives, not the party, I don't give a crap about the party.
What?
But true conservatives, true libertarian, conservative, whatever, learn a thing or two from Trump. To not put up with the crap that the left spews at them.
Don't be a wussy.
Yeah, to really just like...
Spelled with a P.
I don't care what you say about me, you're full of crap.
Yep.
And screw you.
Yeah. And the American people don't care either.
And the people will go,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That is exactly what we think too.
Yeah.
And just call them out bluntly.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually what you're saying is evil. And you should be ashamed of yourself.
There it is. No, I mean, there's a microcosm of that in our real lives, and this is what's funny. I saw a meme the other day. Sorry. This is why I'm glad I'm married, so I don't have to deal with this crap. So if you're dating right now, I feel really bad for you. I saw a meme the other day, and what happens when a woman finds a guy that's mature, has got his life together, makes a bunch of money, is in touch with his feelings, is everything that they're told in every movie that they should look. And guess what the girl response was? You're a really good friend. Because it's true.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. There's a reason why girls go for the a-holes. There's a reason why girls go for the strong guys. There's a reason why girls revere their dads so much. Usually if their dad's not a, wussy spelled with a P. Like, there's a reason why. And here's the thing. We want strength in our leadership. We played the 8 years of the cool guy who's a pussy. I mean, sorry, I had to say it on Plausible Foolishness again. I'm sorry, I'm ruining season 2. I'm already ruining it so far. I'm sick and I don't care. But, we've had 8 years of a wuss, spelled with a P. We know what that looks like. And guess what? No one respects us. We get attacked by terrorists. We are the laughing stock of the world. And guess what? The moment we put a crazy dude who knows it's going to happen, North Korea chills out. Have you heard any Russian news lately by any chance? Oh, wait, what happened to Russia? Where'd they go? Oh, they're not bombing us like they weren't. They're not attacking Kiev like they did under Obama. We don't have brazen attacks on our U.S. embassies anymore. We don't have that stuff because guess what? We have an actual strong person. Because here's the deal. You revere strength. You do. I'm sorry. You revere strength. I just went to a convention that absolutely almost an idol, almost like an idol. They put Arnold on another level, but he personified strength, going in and making things happen. Being strong, being the strength that we're looking for, and that's what we need in leadership. There's times for sensitivity, there's times for feels and all that fun stuff like that. But in our leadership, I want somebody that's strong. I hate to break it to you. If you want to get something done at work, you need the strong person. It's not the sensitive, cool guy that gets the job done. It's not. He's not the one that lands the deal. I know this in sales. It's always the rugged, old, crusty, old dude that's chain smokes 365, but the dude doesn't back down that always lands the deal. It's hilarious. I don't know why that always works, but it is. When you buy your cars, it's never the pretty guy that sells it to you. It's the crusty old guy in finance that hooks you up. It's just how it works. We look for strength, even if it's not pretty looking. And that's the reality of the situation. And we need that now. We need that more than ever. And we're seeing the benefits of it. And unfortunately, no one's looking around and seeing race riots or things blow up or the world imploding like they said would happen under Trump. And guess what? I think he's going to win again. So hopefully it happens. Who knows? We'll see. The Book of Revelation doesn't have America in it. So one of these socialist presidents are going to end us. So we'll see how it goes. But at the end of the day, here's the deal. I just like that America's coming back, but I kind of want my comedy to come back too. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's what I really want. I want comedy to come back. I want us to have fun again. I want us to be more together. I hate the fact that we came together. You had a great point. We came together to vote in the first African-American president only for him to divide us more, and that sucks. We came together at one point only to be divided again, and that's a tool of Satan, man. Sorry, hate to break it to you, but
I saw it coming, so I didn't come together. But
I came together, man. I bought it. I was buying that hope and change. I was buying it, man.
I was like, yeah, I don't see this as. There's not going to be any change here.
Yeah, snake oil salesman, but It is what it is. But here's the deal, man. We're excited to be back. We're going to bring the freaking funk next week. We're going to bring the noise like we always do at Plausible Foolishness. We appreciate you if you're watching us live. Sorry we didn't have our live streams going. I'm a little bit sick. We're running a little bit late today, but we're going to get our crap together, just like my man got his beard together next week, which I'm very excited about. I'm excited to be back in Florida. It sucks that I'm wearing a hoodie and I can see my breath right now. Hopefully it gets a little bit warmer.
I love it.
But if you want to keep us warm, support us on Patreon, okay? Sure. You donate those dollars, man, and it really helps us out. It helps us what we're trying to do here at Plausible Foolishness, which is a lot of fun. Make sure that you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That's a lot of interaction there, but the biggest thing you can do is YouTube, which is a lot of fun. Make sure that you check us out on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share on YouTube. That's where we get our biggest bang for our buck. Me and this guy, we're doing some other ventures as well, which is exciting, man. This guy's going to get his crap together and finish his book. When it comes out, you better buy it. I've got 2 books on Amazon right now. Check those out and buy them if you need them. I've got this t-shirt, this Jesus Spot t-shirt, that if you like it, make sure you check it out. He's got his. But there's things that you can check out and help us out, man, because we're just trying to grow this thing to the point where we really want our independent creativity to allow us to do what we want to do 24/7. That's what we want to get to. Selfishly, absolutely, but realistically, it's to help out other people. We need alternative content. You know, if someone asks, and I've heard people ask, like, why do we need another conservative show? Because at the end of the day, I think there's a disconnect between the reality of some conservatives and the reality of the world. You got guys that are in D.C. that are in the D.C. swamp, and guess what? You are a product of where you come from. When I was living out in L.A., which is hilarious, I got very plastic mentally because I was in that plastic world, and I was glad I got out of Florida and got some swamp in my get some gator bits on my feet, you know, and really embrace real America. There's so many. They're not, I wouldn't even say there's so many. There's conservative shows out there that don't have a reality check of that. You know, you got Crowder, who's out in the heart of Texas. He came from Michigan. Now he's in Texas. He's in red Texas. Even though he's in Austin, which is a blue city, but it's red Texas. Got a lot of support over there, and I love what he's doing. The young kids love him. My nephews and nieces love Crowder, which is hilarious, which is great. He's got that audience. You know, Tucker's got the old Tucker and Hannity and Angle. They got the old people that stay up and watch him. But there's a middle ground person that I think that we target that audience because we're not even middle aged yet, are we? How old are we? What's middle age nowadays?
I just turned 38. So.
38. Gosh, you're so old, bro.
Yeah.
You got me by 4 years, bro. You know that?
Yeah, I know.
But we're our mid-30s, man. We're real dads. We're going through this process. We're going through a real world that's changing as we're raising our daughters. We have a different mindset about things, and I think that we're not stuffy in the sense that we actually go to movies and we talk about real things and real issues, things that actually affect us. And I think that's the difference between us. And the big thing and the number one thing is we come from a Christian slant, even though I use the P word and the A word a couple times on the show. And I apologize, okay? God has my soul. He's got to work on my tongue a little bit more, right? But at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. That's why I put a Jesus spot on my shirt. That's why we talk about Jesus every single day. Because at the end of the day, our number one thing is to make him known. That's what it is. And I think that it's not even conservative values that we're talking about. It's not even libertarian values we're talking about. We're just talking about moral principles, and nobody really talks about it from that angle. And the reality is this, is we've thrown all Christian thought into the TBN world where it's freaking, you know, it's the bakers trying to sell you something or whatever. Yeah, we're real guys.
Faith healer.
Gold dust, NAR stuff, whatever. We're not those guys. We're real people, real Christians living in the real world in Babylon, trying to make a difference. And that's what we're trying to do every single day. So that's what Plausible Foolishness is about. That's why we're doing a second season. That's why we're coming back to kick some butt and take some names. So for the Lord's sake, for our sake, for everybody's sake, we're just trying to make the world a little bit better place. It's a little bit plausible. It's a little bit foolish. And man, it's been an amazing show.
Yeah, I agree. And, we're going to sign off now, and then we're going to record an episode of The Fifth Degree, which you can get if you become a $5 supporter on Patreon.
$5? That's it?
Yeah, $5, and you become a Fifth Degree Rube, and then you get to see The Fifth Degree.
Oh, it's going to burn.
See how it all comes together.
I saw you do.
I
saw you do this first. I saw you
do.
I saw you do this first.
Rube Empire.
Love you guys. See you later. Peace.